Okay. I think this is a nice way to spend the last few hours of 220 together, kind of, virtually together. So there, you can see okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be looking out to see if anybody else needs to join in, and if you get sent out or something, you need to come back. I'm gonna put you all on mute, but just for now, but if you need to say something, you can't see us properly or whatever, don't hesitate to unmute yourselves.
Or to chat.
Yeah, to chat or ask questions or, anyways, this is casual, right? So don't hesitate. It's just that if you hear movement in the background,
really nice to meet you.
Hey, oh, there's a reindeer. Hi, Elena.
Hello, Elena.
You look cute.
Hello.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Yeah,
good
nice
to
you're
see-
there.
Yeah, good to see you too.
You guys look great. Let me do a screenshot, especially with the. Yeah, coming close, and I can do a screenshot of everybody saying hi. Let's do. I think it went. I don't know. Command Shift 3 usually does a screenshot, right?
It's 4, no?
That's to do the.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
We'll do one when it turns midnight too. Okay, come on. Let's start with some pranayama.
okay. So we'll start with what is called, I forgot the name now, Simha Mudra. Simha, the lion, okay? To try to wake us up a little bit. So we're going to cross at the ankle, put one ankle on top of each other, the right one in my case, and then you sit on the heel, like this, with the feet on each side. And I'm just going to show you one or twice, and then after we'll do it together. So you start with the back straight, hands toward the pelvis, and then on the exhale, I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to straighten my arms and straighten my fingers. Those are the claws of the lion. Simha means lion in Sanskrit, so it's the lion mudra. So when I lean forward and I straighten my arms and my fingers, and the fact of leaning forward is going to bring the diaphragm up and the air out, contract the belly. The tongue is going to come toward the chin, and the gaze is going to be between the two eyes, what is called the third eye. So all this synchronized. So I take a big inhale, just watch for now, and exhale.
We're trying to wipe away all the bad
just to try to
emotions
get
from 220.
Exactly. All the bad thing comes out and you feel better. Okay, so we're going to do 5 Simha Mudra. Okay, all together. So inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Okay. So it brings the energy up and it opens the throat and the nose passage. Next exercise we're going to do is called Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, we're going to contract the lower abdomen as low as possible, if possible under the navel. And you're going to contract the belly in and up, and then you're going to release the belly, right? The key to a good Kapalabhati is after the contraction, there has to be a release. Because if there's no release, we're going to contract, but very quickly you're going to develop cramping in the belly. Okay, so after the contraction, there has to be a release. Contract, release, contract, release. Okay, so it goes like this. Just I show you a few, and after we'll do it together. Okay? So if you're not used to the technique, what you can do is put one hand under the navel, under the nombril, and then the other hand under the nose, and after each contraction, you should feel the air coming out strongly out of the nostril. Okay? And the emphasis is on the exhale. So the inhale is passive. You don't do anything for the inhale. The fact of releasing the belly is going to draw the air in automatically. So what you're doing, you're concentrating on exhale, exhale, exhale. Okay? So we're going to do 3 rounds of 20 to 30 Kapalabhati each round. So after you finish your 20 or 30, you breathe deeply, you relax the belly, and then you start again the next round. 3 rounds of minimum 20 or 30 Kapalabhatis. Okay? Go ahead at your own rhythm.
Something happened to him or something.
2. Okay, if everybody's finished, give me the thumbs up. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Okay, then we start with the pranayama technique, the breathing technique. We start with Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana, it's a bit more complicated as a technique, so you have to pay a little bit of attention. So I just show you the first one. It's inhale through the left nostril, making sound with the throat, and we exhale through the left, doubling the exhale. Then it's inhale right, sorry. And inhale, exhale left, sorry. Okay, inhale left, exhale right, doubling exhale. Inhale right, exhale left, doubling exhale, both time. Okay, so close your eyes, sit up comfortably, shoulders down and relax. We start on an exhale, so exhale completely. Then close the right nostril, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Second, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. We did 3 together. You do 9 more on your own, at your own rhythm. And when you have finished your 9 or your 12 altogether, you can lay down in Shavasana. And we all wait, everybody. Okay, so finish at your own rhythm. And when you finish, lay down. Okay, stretch the arms over the head and come back to a sitting position. Then we'll do Ujjayi Pranayama. Ujjayi Pranayama, it's more simple as a technique. We're gonna inhale normally through both nostrils, making sound with the throat on the inhale and the exhale. And we're gonna close the right nostril and exhale through the left. And it will always be exhale on the left. So it's not gonna be alternate nostril, one time on the left, one time on the right. It's exclusively exhale left. Okay, so the technique is simple. I inhale through both. I close the right, exhale left. Doubling the exhale. Okay? So close your eyes. Take a straight sitting position. Relax the shoulders. Try to fix the head straight over the spine. Close your eyes. We start on an exhale. Exhale completely. Then inhale both nostrils. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale both. Exhale left. Inhale both. Exhale left. We did 3 together. You do 9 more on your own, at your own rhythm. Then when you finish, you can lay down in Savasana. So if you finish your 12 already, you can lay down. Okay, stretch the arms over the head. Come back to a sitting position. Then the next technique we'll do is called Chandra Bedam. Same, it's a simple technique. This time we're gonna close the right nostril and inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right. Doubling the exhale. So the inhale will always be on the left and the exhale will always be on the right. And you try to double exhale, okay? So have a comfortable sitting position, shoulders relaxed, shoulders down, close your eyes. Start on an exhale, empty the lungs, contract the lower abdomen. Then close the right nostril with the thumb, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. You do 9 more on your own and then Savasana. Okay, stretch the arms over the head. Come back to sitting position. The last technique we're going to do, the last breathing technique is called Brahmari. Brahmari, we're going to do a sound, we're going to make a sound on the exhale, on the exhalation, like the humming of a bee, like le bourdonnement d'une abeille. Donc, on va inspirer normalement, je vais juste vous montrer une fois. Donc, on inspire normalement par le nez, puis à l'expire, on produit un son avec la bouche fermée. Etc., etc. On prolonge jusqu'à la fin de l'expire. Okay? Puis on reprend la prochaine inspire et après, à nouveau, on expire en produisant le son. Okay? On va faire 12 Brahmari tous ensemble. Fermez les yeux et on commence le bourdonnement. Si vous avez terminé vos douces, vous vous allongez en Savasana.
So everybody come to lie down on the back. You can remove whatever you're sitting on. Lying down on the back, letting the feet fall away from each other, allowing the palms to face up towards the ceiling. And tune back into the breathing. Notice your breathing. Notice your natural breathing rhythm. And slowly start to deepen the breath. You can deepen the breath by making the inhales and the exhales a little bit longer. If you know Ujjayi breathing, start to apply Ujjayi breathing. Seeing if you can make the inhales and the exhales the same length. Allow the shoulders to relax, the neck muscles to relax, the jaw and all the facial muscles to relax. You're going to bring the feet together, flex the feet like you're in Samastitihi. So the feet are flat, heels pressing into the floor. Stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling. And then stretch the arms over the head. And try to reach the palms away from you. Reach the soles of the feet in the opposite direction. Feel like you're lengthening the body from the soles of the feet all the way to the palms of the hands. And then you're going to inhale, lengthen one side, so curve a little bit to one side. Come back to the center. And inhale, lengthen the other side. You're making a little side arch. Come back to the center. Lengthen to one side. Come back to the center. Lengthen the other side. And come back to the center. Bring the knees towards the chest. Bring the arms to the legs. And just interlacing the fingers, hooking the elbows around the knees. Relax the feet, relax the legs. Tune back into the breathing, listening to your breath. And then bring the knees towards one another, flex the feet, start to press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling as if you're holding the ceiling up with the feet. Bring the ankles over the hip joints so that you have a nice right angle with your body. And then you're going to bend your right knee, pull your right knee in towards your chest, interlacing the fingers over the knee. And then bring the left foot so that it's hovering from the floor. So the left foot doesn't touch the floor. Turn so you can see two directions. Bring the knees back towards the center. Flex the feet, press the feet up towards the ceiling, activating the legs. And then bring the left knee in towards you and bring the right leg hovering from the floor. Press the lower back into the floor. And bringing both knees back in towards you. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Straighten out the right leg. Try to pull the right leg slightly towards you, trying to keep that leg straight. Bend the right knee, bring the hands under the left thigh, pull the knee towards you, and work towards straightening that left leg. Bend the knee, release the knees, flex the feet, press the feet up towards the sky again. This time externally rotating the right leg, bring the ankle over the left knee. And you're going to try to make your shin bones straight in front of you, kind of parallel with the floor. Bring your hands through the legs so that you're holding behind the left thigh. And then maybe work towards bringing the left leg towards you. And releasing, straightening both legs up. Externally rotating the left leg, bringing the ankle over that knee, bringing the hands behind the right thigh, and maybe bringing the right leg slightly towards you. Tuning back in with the breathing, listening to the inhales, listening to the exhales. And then releasing. You're going to put the soles of the feet onto the floor, separating the feet about the width of the mat. Just make sure you have room beside you. Bring your arms into cactus arms and allow the knees to fall towards one side. Maybe fall the opposite of me. Separating the feet. And just relax there for a moment. Inhale, lift the knees up and let them fall to the opposite side. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, and then lift the knees, let them fall to the first side. lifting, letting them fall to the second side. And we're going to go back and forth, just massaging the buttocks, massaging around the sacrum, like you're windshield wiping the legs. And then bring the knees towards you, holding behind the thighs, and you're going to rock up to a sitting position. Okay, if that doesn't feel good on the back, then just roll to one side and come up to sit. And then coming into a cross-legged position, bring the fingertips on either side of you. So you can see from here if you need to. The fingertips on either side of you on the floor, arms straight, and then feel like you're elongating the spine through the crown of the head. So you're sitting up nice and long. Turn the palms up. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbs. Press the palms together. See if you can press the outer side of the hands a little firmer than the thumb side. Reach the outer side of the hand, the baby fingers up a little higher than the thumb side. See if you can straighten the arms, otherwise you can keep the palms open. Exhale, fingertips down. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, release. As you raise the arms, feel like the sternum is lifting up. Inhale, lift, pause here, press the palms together, reach the baby fingers up a little higher, let the thumbs fall a little towards you, feeling like the neck skin is falling away from the ears. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands down. This time you're going to place the left hand on the right knee, right fingertips behind you, and then inhale, lift the sternum up high. Exhale, pressing into the hands and using that as a pressure to open the chest a little bit more towards the right. So you're pressing the right hand into the knee. Find a gazing point. Slide the shoulder blades away from the ears. And exhale, releasing, switching all the way to the other side. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, turning. See if you can bring the weight even on the two sitting bones. And exhale, release. Bring your hands forward, pull with your hands, and see if you can come up onto the hands and the knees. So bring the wrists under the shoulders, the knees a little bit behind the hips. Tuck the toes under, press into the fingertips, and then feel like you're reaching the sternum away from the floor, like you're bringing the sternum to meet behind the back, between the two shoulder blades. Reach the sitting bones away from the crown of the head, and the crown of the head away from the sitting bones, firming in the belly. Soften the elbows so the elbows are straight but not locked. Start to bring the right knee away from the floor and press the right heel firmly away. So the center of the heel reaching away so the leg is nice and straight. Then pick up that leg. You can have a look down, make sure the kneecap is pointing straight down and the two hips are the same level. And then you're going to reach the right foot towards the left, slide the toes out to the side, put the toes on the floor, and turn and look at those toes. Tune in with your breathing. Slide the leg back and replace the knee to the floor. Stretch out the left leg, pressing the heel away, feeling the belly reaching away from the floor. Press the fingertips so that you're releasing some of the weight from the wrists. And pick up that left leg, have a look down, kneecap pointing straight down, hips level. Breathing deeply, back of the neck nice and long. And then slide the left leg towards the right and turn and look at those right toes. Pull in the navel. And bring the foot back, knee down, and keeping the toes tucked under, bring the sitting bones towards the heels into a puppy position. Press the hands firmly to the floor, ears between the upper arms, long neck. Nice, smooth Ujjayi breathing. And then you're going to inhale, slide forward, open the chest, a little bit like a baby upward dog. Exhale, pull the sitting bones back, puppy. Inhale, sliding forward, opening the chest up. Exhale, pulling back, lengthen the spine. Inhale, going forward, maybe going a little deeper into the back bend. Exhale, pulling the lower belly in as you come back. One more like this. Inhaling, open the chest, gaze to the nose, drop the belly. Exhale, pulling the lower belly in, coming back. Inhale, coming back to a neutral position. And this time you're going to stretch the right leg out, lift the right leg up, and then drop the belly like you're lifting the leg and coming into a back bend. Exhale, pull the knee towards the chin. Inhale, open, lift the leg up high, a little back bend. Exhale, pulling it. Inhale, opening. Exhale, forehead to the knee. Two more like this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And coming back to neutral. Inhale, stretch up the left leg. Pull the navel in. Lift the leg up. And then drop the belly, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, pulling in. Inhale, open the chest as you lift the leg up. Exhale. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale in. Two more like this. Inhaling. exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And coming back to neutral, tuck the toes, and coming back into puppy pose. Staying here, see if you can make a little hollow between the two hip bones, so the lower abdominals are pulling in, palms pressing to the floor, and then reach the sitting bones towards the heels. See if you can pull the sternum, the chest towards the hands, making this nice elongation feeling all through the back. And then walk the hands towards you. Lift the knees from the floor and we'll come into this squatting position. I can see you here. I hope it's okay. I think you all look pretty okay there. So if the heels don't touch the floor, no problem. You keep the hands on the floor, the heels can be up, and you can balance yourself with your hands. If the heels come down to the floor, then you can release the hands, put the palms together, try to lift the chest up high, elongate through the spine, relax the buttocks, relax the lower back. You can close the eyes. Come back to the sound of Ujjayi. Deep breathing. Trying to wake up all the cells of the body, wake up the mind. So we'll be ready to come into some contemplation and meditation. Okay, the next version we're going to do is we're going to round the back and bring the forearms onto the floor and let the head drop here. And then from here, start to lift the buttocks up, but keep the knees quite bent so that the thighs and the chest are touching. Interlace the elbows, so you're holding the elbows, and then let the arms feel heavy. So the ears can come toward, the shoulders can come towards the ears. No worries, just let the head feel heavy, the arms feel heavy, and then try to slide the forearms down towards the floor. So you feel the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades elongating. And maybe you want to sway a little bit back and forth. You can inhale, lift and lengthen one side. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen the other. Back to center. If it feels good, you might even straighten one knee at a time as you go back and forth. And come back to the center. You're going to place your fingertips on the floor in front of you. Press into the fingertips and lift the chest away. So if it's possible, maybe you're even going to straighten the knees here. Okay, if you can keep the back long and the legs straight, then and the fingertips on the floor. Have a look at the kneecaps. The knees are engaged and lifting. The knees are straight. From here, you're going to inhale, lift the heels high from the floor. Feel the back nice and long, and feel this sucking in of the lower abdominal area. Exhale, press the centers of the heels back to the floor. Inhale, lift the heels up high. Exhale, press the centers of the heels down, but as you go down, you still feel the lift of the lower belly. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, heels down. One more. Inhale, lifting up high. Keep the height even as the centers of the heels come down. And then you lift the arms alongside you so the back is parallel with the floor. Press the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, raising the arms. Exhale, arms to the sides. Can wiggle the feet together. We'll do some modified sun salutations. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhaling, folding over the legs. You can soften the knees. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, palms on the floor. Step one foot back. Second foot back, stay in a plank pose, pausing in the plank. Lean forward, knees, pelvis, chest to the floor. Change the toes, point the toes, roll open the shoulders, a little cobra pose. Exhale, turn the toes, pressing into the hands, coming back into puppy. And so either you're welcome to stay in puppy pose or pick up the knees, press the hands into the floor, reach the sitting bones in the opposite direction from the hands, and then work towards straightening one leg, lifting the toes from the floor, bending the knee, straightening the other leg, feel like you're lifting the toes, and slowly, mindfully, working back and forth. Notice that you're able to suck in those lower abdominals and maybe both legs straight. Gaze forward and step one foot forward, second foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soften over your legs. Inhale, lead with the chest, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, arms to the sides. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, diving over the legs. Inhale, long back. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping the feet back. Pause in a plank pose. Leaning forward, slowly down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, either puppy pose or downward facing, depending on how much energy you want to put into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, gaze forward, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhaling over the legs. Inhale, lead with the chest all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. One more like this. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, stepping back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. puppy or downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, look forward, stepping forward. Inhale, long back. Exhale, head down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Bend the knees. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back, pause in the plank pose, lower to the floor. You're going to keep the toes tucked under and press the heels away, toes together, straightening the legs, interlace the fingers behind you, and then reach the hands away, open the chest. Keep the neck nice and long. And so the toes are tucked under, and then all you're going to do is point the toes, so now the toes are not on the floor. Put the hands beside the waist, press the 10 toes into the floor, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn the left heel on the floor at an angle. Bring your right foot towards your right thumb. Straighten your front knee. Inhale, come up with 2 legs straight. And then try to shift your 2 hips forward. Bend the front knee over the heel. Inhale, raise the arms. Interlace the thumbs like butterfly hands. And then reach the fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. Turn your chest towards your front knee. Let the left fingertips come down, right fingertips lift up. Gazing to the side, or maybe up to that upper hand. Breathing here. It's about 3, 4, 5. Put the hands back to the floor. Step back, pause in a plank pose, and slowly all the way down to the floor. Tuck the toes, press the heels away, interlace the fingers behind the back, reach the hands away, and then straighten the ankles so the toes are off the floor. Place the hands beside the waist, press the 10 toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. Turn the right heel in, step the left foot just to the thumb. Inhale, come up with 2 legs straight. Try to swivel the 2 hips forward. Bend that front knee, interlace the opposite way, the thumbs, and then reach the fingers all the way up towards the sky. Turn towards that bent knee. Right fingers down, left fingers up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Step back, plank, lean forward, all the way down to the floor. Tuck the toes, press the heels away, interlace the fingers, reach the hands away, point the toes, Shalabhasana. Press the hands beside the waist, press the 10 toes, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing. And you can stay here or come into puppy pose as you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look forward. Inhale, step forward, long back, halfway up. Exhale, head down. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back. Pause in a plank, leaning forward, come all the way down to the floor. Inhale, just a little cobra pose. Exhale, coming to puppy. Lift the buttocks, and then you're going to pull your right knee towards your right wrist. Okay, and then slide your back leg back, have a look behind you, and see if you can keep the ankle directly behind the hip with the leg nice and straight. And see if you can sit down on that right thigh. And then walk your hands forward. You can use like fists to support your forehead, or if it's really comfortable, you can just lie down like a pillow with your hands. So just see what's working for you. And starting to bring yourself back to your breathing, listening to your breath. Seeing if you can make the inhales and the exhales the same length. And then press into your hands, coming about halfway up, and then keep your weight in the right hip, and then swing that left leg all the way around so the sole of the foot is on the floor. Either on the inside of the knee or the outside, doesn't matter. Lift the sitting bones, let the sitting bones be in their more comfortable place. Open the arms, interlace the thumbs. Inhale, lengthen one side of the body, lengthen the other side of the body, and then turn towards your upper knee. Hug that knee, left fingertips behind you. Lift the sternum. Find a gazing point or close the eyes and tune in with your breathing. Exhale, release, and then come to the front. And so you're going to see if you can stack the two knees on top of one another. And if it's feeling really challenging, you can stay something like this, okay, with the knee bent. If the two knees stack, then you can put the hands on the heels, press into the heels, lift the buttocks and kind of just move around so you find a more comfortable place, and then sit back down on the two sitting bones. You can bring your hands forward, walk the hands forward, and just release over those legs. Okay, so if it's not very comfy, then stay sitting up. And press into the hands, coming back up. And you're going to bring that top leg around and come back onto the hands and the knees. Slide the left knee forward. Let the right leg slide behind you. Have a look, see if it's possible to keep that back leg straight and the heel right behind the hip joint, and have your weight in your left thigh. And if that's working for you, then folding forward. And try to let go here, let go of the hips, let go of the lower back. Tune into your breathing, noticing the quality of your breath. Press into the hands, coming back up. Bringing the weight into that bent knee, and then slide the right leg around, placing the sole of the foot on the floor. Lift, let the sitting bones fall down naturally, raising the arms, bring the thumbs together, reaching up high. Inhale, lengthen one side, lengthen the other. And then turn towards the upper knee, hugging that knee, letting the right fingertips come down to the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Notice your breathing. And then releasing and stacking the knees. Place the hands on the ankles, press into the ankles, kind of wiggle around, get that comfortable place, and either staying sitting up straight, or if it feels kind of comfortable, you can fold forward and relax there. And then coming back up, lean back, straighten out the legs, and just shake up the legs here. And then you're going to straighten the legs. You can stay facing that way. And place the hands on the thighs, the legs together, and then slowly come to lie down on the back again. You're going to slide your feet close to you so that the soles of the feet are on the floor, kind of close to the buttocks. Bring your pelvis to a neutral position. Bring the elbows beside the waist, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. And inhale, lift the hips from the floor. Exhale, lower and down. We're going to do a project where you lift the hips from the floor with an inhale, and then you're going to exhale all the air out of the body and try to retain the breath. So hold the breath. So I'll talk you through. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale completely, sucking in all the abdominal area and holding the breath. When you need to take an inhale and lower back down. We'll do two more like this. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale fully. Soon as you need to, inhale, lower back down. One more like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale all the air, holding the breath. And releasing down. Bring the knees towards the chest. Flex the feet, bring the shins perpendicular from the floor for a little happy baby pose. And you can bring the soles of the feet together. Keep the knees out to the sides and put the feet on the floor like a Baddha Konasana. And you can take your fists like this and put them under your hips, like close to the hips to help you so that you're not overstretching the inner legs. So really more on the thighs. So instead of using blocks or blankets, you put your hands there. Close the eyes. Now start to let the breathing become more calm. Notice your facial muscles. Notice if you're able to relax the facial muscles. Relax the jaw. And then lift the knees, separate the feet, and let the knees fall to touch each other. Stretch the arms over the head. And then just roll to one side using your arm as a pillow. And then coming up to a sitting position. So we're going to take the chairs that you should have somewhere near you and take the chair. You can maybe put it on your mat. And if you're getting a little cold, because we're going to stay in a restorative pose, so you might want to put on socks or a sweater or get an extra blanket or turn the lights down, put a candle on, something to put you in the mood for a restorative pose. And then take your blanket, if you have a blanket like this, and make it into a big rectangle like that. You have some different choices. If you want, you could also do a column like this and put it under your back this way. If you want to work, this works more on opening the chest, or you can make a square and you put it this way, which gives a little lift on the pelvis. Okay, you could even make it a little deeper if you want to get more of a, like a little bit of inversion for the pelvis. Okay, so you decide how you want to do it. I usually like to have it like a big rectangle. And then you come and you sit close to your chair, like this. This way, when you lie down, it's easy to put the legs on the chair. And you've got the blanket under the pelvis. And then for the arms, if you wish, you can put your arms into cactus arms. Watch the camera. Yeah. Which works on more opening the chest. But if you're doing that, you need to make sure your elbows and your hands touch the floor. Elena, maybe you should come a little closer so your knees are more supported. Yeah, good. Okay. If you have an eye pillow, you can take an eye pillow as well. Basically, you just want to be comfortable, so find what works for you. Sarah, you can lie down in a restorative pose. Okay, hi. You can just put a chair and put your legs on the chair and just lie down. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through a relaxation. Okay, so you're going to bring your awareness to your feet. Just allow the feet to relax. Bring the awareness to the shins and the calves. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Relaxing around the knees. Seeing if you can relax the thighs, the hamstrings. Allowing the hip sockets to relax. Feeling like the femur bones are nice and heavy into the hip sockets. So all the muscles of the legs feel nice and relaxed. Bringing the awareness to the pelvis. Try to let the pelvis feel heavy. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the buttocks, the lower back. Bring the awareness to all the back body. So from the lower back, the middle back, between the shoulder blades, around the shoulder blades, all the way up to the back of the neck. Notice if you're able to soften all those muscles. Bringing the awareness to the front of the torso, the belly, the solar plexus, the chest. Notice if you're able to relax all the muscles across the collarbones. Even notice if you feel like you can relax the internal organs. Relaxing the shoulders, all around the shoulder joints. Bringing the awareness to the arms. Allowing the arms to feel heavy. Relaxing all the muscles. You have this sensation like the muscles are just melting away from the bones. So the upper arms, the forearms, the hands, and the fingers completely relaxed. Relaxing the throat, relaxing the jaw, relaxing inside the mouth, the tongue, palate, the insides of the cheeks. Relaxing the lips, all around the eyes, the eye sockets, behind the eyes. Relaxing the forehead, the point between the eyebrows. So the whole body feels completely relaxed. You're going to start to bring your awareness to your experiences over this last year, 2020. So many of us have had some challenging experiences all throughout the world. So maybe what you can do is bring to mind a challenging experience, nothing that's extremely overwhelming, something that may have been hard to deal with, and that maybe still you haven't been able to resolve the internal conflict with. So it could be anything like, for example, the uncertainty of the year and the coming year. Just because the year is ending, it doesn't mean that from one day to the next everything is going to change and kind of go back to pre-COVID time, for example. So bring yourself to a situation. For example, maybe you have fear of the future. Fear financially, or fear health-wise, or fear for your family, fear for the planet. I don't want to put words into your mouth. It should be something that feels like a reality for you. It doesn't have to be around COVID. It could be a family situation that's been difficult to deal with. Bringing it to mind. And then seeing how that experience feels in the body. So for example, if there's some fear of the uncertainty of the future, go inside and see how the body is feeling this. And try not to resist it, but instead notice the fear or whatever emotion you're feeling. And notice if you can embrace it, as if you're comforting a small child. Same if it's anger. For example, there could be some anger around the situation of our country. Basically, trying not to cover up the feelings, but to actually feel them and trust that it's okay and safe to feel them. And imagine that you're being embraced. You're embracing yourself. It's okay to feel fear, or it's okay to be worried, or it's okay to be angry. And then see if you can ask yourself, what am I believing? So for example, if it's a fear about your current economic situation, or a problem with some close friend or family member, or any other issues you may be dealing with over this last year, see if you can ask yourself, what do I believe? What am I believing? See if you can follow the string to your core belief around that situation or those feelings. Slowly, you're going to bring your knees towards the chest. And just roll, stretch the arms over the head and roll to one side and just rest on one side. And slowly make your way to a sitting position. I just want to make sure that you can kind of understand what I'm trying to explain. Because as we're entering a new year, it's sometimes interesting to think about this past year. Instead of just making resolutions, just like, oh, I'm gonna, lose weight, or I'm gonna practice yoga every day, or I'm gonna become vegetarian, or, whatever kind of ideas we might have, we want to use our yoga practice to try to go more deep than these resolutions that we tend to make, and then, by January 15th, they're pretty much finished and they're over. So if we can go deeper into ourselves, then we might have more chance to see really what is deep in there that you really need to work on, and kind of find one or two things that are going to make big changes in your life. You know, not overnight, but slow, continuous change. And I think for this year, I think one of the themes, and I don't want to put words into your mouth, so if, you know, some people have told me that COVID has been great for them, you know, that they've discovered so much, they've had no financial problems, they haven't been sick, and so I don't want to assume that this has caused you a lot of problems. But I think for a lot of people it has. It's brought in a lot of, you know, economic uncertainty, it's brought in social insecurity, it's brought in this wave of fear and anxiety, and what does the future hold, and a lot of these kinds of feelings. And rather than usually when we have these feelings, what do? We try to push it away. And you can unmute yourself and even share something if you want to share with everybody else. Don't hesitate to do that. You know, but generally our human response is to cover up those things we don't want to feel or see. So if you have fear, then what are you going to do? You're going to get angry, and you're going to want to try to deflect it somehow. Like maybe get angry at others, you know, like it's somebody else's fault, yet you're feeling like this situation, get angry at the situation. Rather than going in and seeing how does that feel in my body, and try to embrace it for yourself. Because unfortunately, you know, you'll have your family that, you know, will be there for you to support you on some level, but ultimately they can't change those emotions in you, you know. So we try to imagine like we're enveloping our fear or our pain with ourself, right? And then from there, when we're not trying to push it away anymore, then, or feed it, right? We could feed it with things like, you know, alcohol or food, or, you know, Netflix, or, you know, things like this, scanning, you know, our Instagram or YouTube or things like that. That's how we kind of get away from feeling things inside. So instead of doing that, embracing it, noticing it, feeling it, and allowing it to be there. And when you allow it to be there, it starts to diffuse. It doesn't feel as scary. And then from there, seeing, what am I believing here? You know, for example, you know, if it's financial stress, what am I believing? Because we're often not conscious of what we're believing, right? We're kind of just going out of control. But when we bring our consciousness to it, then maybe you can follow that string along and find the source of that fear. So, and when we can bring consciousness to it, then we're able to deal with it, right? When there's no consciousness there, we're just working from these animal instincts. If you're thinking about the chakras, we'd be working from animal instincts rather than from a higher place, you know, from the higher chakras, bringing consciousness to, okay, I have this fear of the finances because I'm not able to work anymore, and am I going to be able to survive? I've done all that work. Like, I'm going to use the yoga studio for an example, because I had to do a lot of this on, you know, our situation with the yoga studio and everything. And, you know, the idea that I built for years, I've dedicated my life to this and built a community, built, a prospering yoga business that helps it takes care of us and our family, employs others, and all this, and the fear that is just going to be going away in a second, and not knowing how to handle that. But then going deep and feeling that, and then asking myself, what do I believe? Help me contain it, and then be able to, not in a totally detached way, because we can't just be completely detached from things, because then we're not going to take the steps to heal ourselves or to heal our community, or not let the business, the yoga business, just collapse, for example. So finding what is that I'm believing. And so going deep inside, what do I believe? And going somewhere from the heart center, not from the little thoughts in the mind. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, because then what I was going to ask you is to get your papers and your pens and find these situations, one or two situations that keep recurring this year, and seeing what you believe in, what you are believing. And just take a little bit of time to write something down for yourself. And then I'll continue from there. But just start with that so that we can kind of hone in on one or two situations for this year, the theme of the year, and how we can kind of work towards overcoming that for the future. And you can even write illogical things, right? Because sometimes what we could be believing, and you can just write, like free form writing, sometimes we're believing it's somebody else's fault, right? It's really nice and easy to blame somebody else. And somehow bring consciousness to that, and then recognizing really it isn't anybody else's fault. Right? The situations we find ourselves in sometimes are just situations. It's the environment we're in. So nobody else is looking at this, so don't be shy to write things down that are the truth, and even if you're ashamed of it, right? I believe it's my mother's fault, because blah, 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 whatever, okay? It still brings consciousness to your feelings and your thoughts. Once you've done that for a while, then we can look at what we have there, and we can ask ourselves, what outcome do I want out of this? So for example, if you're writing that you believe it's, it's the government's fault, because they shut down, right, everything, and now, whatever. You can ask yourself, what is the outcome you want from this? And so being an angry person usually isn't the outcome you want, right? And holding grudges and, just, being an angry person, having grudges, for example, isn't what you want out of the situation. So maybe you want to figure out a different outcome. What is the outcome you want from this? And not in the sense like, oh, I just want everything to reopen and everything back to normal. No, think about a way that you could grow from this situation. So if you are believing that you have fear because, the uncertainty of the future, maybe you can see what kind of outcome could be positive from this situation. Maybe you want to grow more, grow deeper, grow from that situation you have. And so see if that you can come up with some sort of outcome that you could envision from this. For example, if you're blaming others for the situation, maybe you don't want to blame others. Maybe you don't want to hold that heaviness in your heart, right? That it's somebody else's fault, or it's it's the government's fault, or, whoever's fault you want to blame. Maybe there's a quality in yourself that you would want to cultivate or make stronger, grow. Maybe your patience or your ability to be tolerant, your ability to understand. Recognize your own resilience. And then from there, you'll have more time to fill it in if you want. From there, think about whatever we practice gets stronger, right? Everybody knows this. If you want to get better at something, you have to practice it. If I want to be better at yoga asanas, I practice yoga asanas. If I want to be better at being angry, I keep being angry, right? And you're going to be a real professional at being angry. If you want to blame, keep blaming, keep blaming, keep blaming, keep blaming. And you're going to be very good at blaming everybody else for your situation. If you want to avoid the situation, right? Keep avoiding. Whether you fill the hole with food, fill the hole with Netflix, fill the hole with surfing YouTube, whatever. If you cultivate these habits, then you're going to get better at them. So it's interesting to really contemplate What do I want to cultivate? So remember, whatever we practice gets stronger. And who do I really want to be? Do I want to be the angry person? Do I want to be a resentful person? Do I really want to be, always looking outwards for the problems and not coming inwards and making myself stronger, more at peace, more resilient? And all these kind of qualities will change the situation we're in. Even if it doesn't actually change the situation immediately, it changes the way you view the situation. So eventually it will actually change the situation. Okay, so those are the three things. What are you believing? What outcome do you want? And remembering whatever we practice gets stronger. So who do I really want to be? Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
So either you can continue writing, or I will guide you through a little coming inwards meditation. And sometimes when we do this, then things just come to us. I find for myself, I need to be in quiet. These kind of questions cannot be answered from here, right? I feel like it's just like putting fires out, trying to solve problems without going deep to the source. Does that make sense, you guys? Does anybody have a question? So I'm not getting, it's weird when you don't get feedback, so I don't know if I'm on the right track for you or not. If you have any questions, just ask me, okay? Because I can try to clarify. So going quiet and seeing if we can feel more from here, more from the heart, from somewhere deeper, okay? Because the mind, I think, tricks us often, right? Okay, so come and sit. Make sure you're in a comfortable sitting position so that the spine can be elongated. Relax the hips. Relax the legs. So you feel like you have a nice stable sitting base. Relax the facial muscles, the shoulders, the jaw. Start to bring yourself inwards. Like you can feel yourself from the inside out. And then bring your awareness inside the head as if you have a body. You just imagine you have a body of water inside the head, inside the brain. So imagine like a sea or an ocean. And slowly, slowly, any waves on that body of water still. And imagine in that body of water, there's some grains of sand. And imagine that slowly as the water becomes more and more still, all the grains of sand fall to the bottom. All those grains are the thoughts. Slowly, slowly, the thoughts, the sediment falls to the bottom of that clear blue sea. Just use your imagination. You can see that beautiful blue sea, the sand, the very deepest part of the sea. Like it's all falling towards the brainstem. And above that sea is a beautiful blue sky. So that at once the mind feels settled, relaxed, but also clear and alert. Notice if you can feel the sensations around the heart center. Thinking about the year to come. Based on the previous year and some of the contemplation on what are you believing, see if you can feel what the outcome you want is. Not from all the sand, all those thoughts, the sediment has fallen down into the brainstem. What is the outcome you want from your heart? Who do you want to be? What we practice grows stronger. What do you want to practice? Choose one or two things that are important to you. And then think about some clear techniques or actions in order to be able to follow through with these outcomes that you desire. Just make sure they're achievable, not too general. So for example, I want to be more kind. That's admirable, it's beautiful, but how exactly do you want to do this? So as soon as you have a few ideas, you can open your eyes and take your paper again and try to write a few things down for yourself. Thinking who you want to be, some concrete ways that you can work in that direction. Giving yourself just enough aim or goal that it's achievable. If you finish, you can continue, but if you finish, you can come back to sitting. Alec, the key questions were, what are you believing? based on the past or anything that you are struggling to deal with at this moment in your life. And what outcome do I want out of this? Clearly, not I want somebody to listen to me or do what I want them to do or nothing like this. And reminding ourselves that whatever we practice gets stronger. So who do I really want to be? So if we practice doing meditation, it brings about more peace. If I practice being impatient, then I'm going to be very good at being impatient. Right? We've got about 10 minutes till we change. 9 minutes. So you can continue writing or contemplating. That feels right for you. Otherwise, come to sit. Bring yourself back inside. Allowing the seat to be grounded, the pelvis, the legs. Allow the spine to be long, elongated, sitting up tall. Feeling like the body, the breath, the mind are at peace, comfortable, but at the same time clear, awake. Once again, allowing the thoughts to settle. If it's useful, imagining that body of water, all the little grains of thought settling to the bottom. So the water becomes clear, still. The sky above is blue, clear. Softening the heart. The heart can feel expanded. Bring to mind some beautiful things. The beauty of the blue sky, the beauty of big white clouds, and even the beauty of a storm, beauty of mountains, animals, anything that you find beautiful, beautiful kindness we can have with each other, beautiful smile. Can bring to mind people that you care about. Feel them in the heart center. Even people far away. Your family, your friends. Bring into the heart center those around you. Even each other through the screen. Your neighbors. Recognizing that there's many souls, many people, even if we can't see them. They're next door, or across the street, or down the street. See if you can feel them in the heart center. And see if you can expand it. You feel like the heart is opening wider and wider. You can feel all the people in the city you're living in. Feeling all the people in the country. We all have something connected. We can't see each other. There's walls dividing us, there's streets, there's borders. At the same time, you can feel them through the heart center. expand it. Let's bring the hands together. Let's chant Om. I can hear there's lots of happy people around us. There's fireworks going off. I don't know where you are, if you can hear in Paris. The dog's barking. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Can hear the boat siren outside.
Yeah, there's boats on the water making noise.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Everybody, Happy New Year, all the best.
You can unmute yourselves. 21! Oh my god, we're here 21! That's crazy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys! Big hugs, big hugs! Wow, kisses! I don't know which way to send them, this way or that way.
Happy New Year! Thank you!
Thank you guys for sharing that with us. I hope it's interesting. I hope you have a wonderful year. And anyways, in the end, we can make it a wonderful year. Everything that goes on, if we go inside and follow all this, I'm certain we can make it a beautiful year. And there was beauty in this last year, despite everything, right? I agree. Let's do a screenshot. Everybody come in. Okay. Okay. Wave. Yay! Good. Okay. I'm going to go see our kids now. They're very excited upstairs. And there's fireworks. The dog's barking. I think she's a bit scared.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. I hope to see you in yoga soon. And namaste.
Thanks for participating,
Yeah.
sharing with us.
All the best for this next year.
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Yeah. Nice to see you, Alec.
Yeah.
Your train ride was okay? Were you too late? Was it very late? Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you soon.
Yes, thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Oh, the dog is coming. Woof, woof, woof. Oh.
What's going on? What's going on?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Are you excited? It's 2021.